The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And this portion of the Coaches Show brought to you by the Murfreesboro Special Census. Counting everyone means more state dollars to improve roads, parks, and services. Fill out the fast, easy, and secure form at murfreesborocensus.com. Dalton, have you had yours done? Have you done yours? Okay. Thumbs up from Dalton. Perry Lyons is our guest here tonight, or this morning, the head coach of the Lady Rockets of Rockvale. And Perry, we usually talk to you about softball. And the good thing is we're going to talk with softball with you this year as well. But we're gonna start out with basketball. And I know we're going to talk about some injuries I know you're having, but your schedule has been murderous, but you're hanging in there, and you've had some good games. A big win, I think, over Tullahoma, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Just not too long ago.
Played Tullahoma on Tuesday night. Excuse my voice. Got a little bit of a head cold, but anyway, had a big win over Tullahoma. Great coach over there with Chad Hibden. He's won some state titles, so that was a good win. And then we ended the week with Ensworth and Lipscomb.
The Rockvale Lady Rockets may look a little different than what we're used to. I know you've had some injuries, and I know Wilkerson was a huge loss, and a 3-year starter basically because he played a lot as a freshman. So, how have you handled that? I know some people obviously have to step up.
Yeah, we've had girls that stepped up that haven't had a lot of time. On a varsity level. They were on the team, but they're kind of role players. So they're learning to be a starter and starter minutes and what it's going to take. It was a big blow losing Aiden. It was MCL. She will be back. She'll be wearing a knee brace and having surgery after the season.
Okay, so she will be able to get back to playing. That's good. That's good. Not as bad as I thought. And I know you've got another one in Haven. And so when you get a situation like that, you really can't fret about it. You just have to move on because it happens in every sport, and I'm sure it's happened with you guys in softball too.
Yeah, we lost two really strong players. Haven Harris, prayers to her. She had a head-on collision in a vehicle, and she stretches the floor out. She's able to make a 3-ball from anywhere on the court. So when you have her out on the floor, it opens it up for the other 4 people on the floor. So we lost our 3-ball threat for right now, and like I said, Aiden, a physical big body in there in the post. So we're fighting through some injuries, but I'm very proud of the girls that have stepped up and contributing to our team.
Let's talk about Jade because she scored 10 points. And let's talk about the Lipscomb game first. Let me go there. A very, very good Lipscomb team, and it was a good game for you guys last night.
Man, it was a great crowd, great atmosphere. What we did was we flipped the boys' game and girls' game. So the boys played at 6, the girls played at 7:30. We did that to give college coaches a chance to get out and see the game. Lipscomb was a phenomenal shooting team. They play fast, kind of like what we like to do. So we got to see different style, different version of a team that we wanted to play and play at prime time. It was great atmosphere. Great.
And boy, I'm telling you, there's good atmosphere at Rockvale just about in any game. But if you get a team like that, boy, they really come out. But they come out all the time, don't they? I mean, the crowds are always good.
Rockvale is unbelievable how they support, all the sports, the community. Like, it's an unbelievable community that people really, really, really love Rockvale. They love the Rockets, and we want to put a product on the floor to make them proud. And so, like, last night was really good for girls basketball in the fact that, we're trying to bring a different style to the city. We played really fast. The score, I believe, ended up 75-64 or something like that. And that's a lot of points in a girls basketball game.
Yes. And Jade kind of stirs the drink. Jade Watson, she kind of stirs the drink to get things going, doesn't she?
We play Jade at the 1 and the 2 because she can get downhill and score. She also runs point guard too. So I have her and Bella Wright, basically 2 point guards on the floor at one time, and they just interchange. They
Bella's played several years too.
Yeah, she's a junior.
Yeah.
She's a junior. So I got a sophomore and a junior guard, and they work together on bringing the ball up and getting the ball down the floor. Yeah.
I know without Wilkerson. Tell me about Crawford, because I think she's a tremendous talent. And, boy, she has gotten herself in good shape, and because she has to deal with some injuries, hadn't she?
Yeah, she had back issues, but Crawford is going to be something people are going to have to deal with. She has really gotten in good condition. She's in good shape. She can even stretch it out and shoot the 3-ball.
Wow.
She's not just only in the post, but she can. We also let her shoot 3 balls, and she actually makes them. I think her free throw percentage right now is 80% from the free throw line. So she's going to be a problem.
Well, that's great with a big to shoot free throws.
Yep.
That's really huge. Yep. And let me talk to me a little bit about Cadence Thomas. She scored 16 in that win over Tullahoma.
Cadence Thomas was big in Tullahoma, like I said, with the injuries coming in. She's only a sophomore, and I keep telling her, hey, your time is coming. She's a 6th man. She's the first one off the bench. And I said, it doesn't matter if you start or if you're 6th man. She's getting starter minutes. She plays a lot, and she's very, very active, disruptive on the defensive end. She's very fast, tenacious defender.
And I know you're never happy about losing, but you're settling there in about the 500 range with wins and losses, with the schedules you've played and the injuries you've had. I would think you're okay. You're pleased with it going into what's the regular season.
Yeah, what people don't know is we had a lot of injuries so far, and the team that they're seeing right now is not going to be who they see in January. Once we get our pieces back, also it's building depth in our bench. We're building depth because people that weren't playing as much are now playing a lot. So it's going to make us an even deeper team in January.
It's a tough district. I mean, everybody knows it. And I was mentioning to Scott earlier this morning that it seemed like everybody's got like an Achilles, something they are keeping them from being like having major success. Right now, anyway. With you, it's injuries. I think Blackman's very young. You've got Oakland's young. I mean, so everybody's got a little something there. So by the time you get to January and district tournaments, I guess it's going to be a whole different ballgame for everybody.
I tell you what, Rutherford County in a whole has phenomenal athletes, and that's top to bottom in every sport. So it's going to be a dogfight. Come district time, all the teams, like you said, are really good. We're not overlooking anyone. Everyone's good and is capable of winning. So, it's going to be an exciting time.
Perry, when you took over the job, and you had worked with, I know, the JV and worked with some of the younger ones, so it was kind of a smooth transition for you because you already knew everybody, right?
Yeah, I'll be honest, I wasn't looking to be a head basketball coach. The opportunity presented itself for whatever reason. And I said, well, I know the kids. I know what we need to try to do. I thought the previous coach, Coach Hockenberry, I thought he did a great job. He left the foundation there, and we just went from what he had already built.
The fact that you are familiar with those guys, though, I think it kind of helped you start this program back, and I guess what I'm saying is the trust is there from the girls in the beginning.
Yeah, there was the interviewing process. There were several different candidates that they interviewed or whatever, and the girls kept going to the principal and said, we want Coach Lyons. That's our man. That's who we want. And that means a lot to me,
right?
For them wanting and trusting me.
Because you're not easy on them. I've seen you in action. You're not. Yeah.
No. We're not easy on them. That's why we built a schedule like we did. We want to take some blows in the first part to help us later on. So we built a really, really tough schedule on purpose. We faced Vashon out of Missouri. That's the defending state champs out of Missouri. We played them last Saturday. No cupcakes on our schedule.
Yeah, and the fact, and again, watching you with JV and freshmen, and you don't cut them any slack, and that's good that you've got respect, and that they wanted you. That's huge. Tell me a little bit about what's going on after Christmas or before Christmas. What you've got going on in the schedule department?
Yeah, we'll go into Christmas break with Green Hills. We'll play Green Hills and Mount Juliet.
They're tough. Yeah,
they're tough. And then we'll go down to Memphis and we'll play in the Collierville tournament where we'll hopefully face like teams like Bartlett and Collierville. We're just trying to play teams that's going to get us ready
That's a
for our
good
district.
bonding situation too.
Good
going
bonding
on the road.
situation.
Yeah.
They have to learn how to act on the road. What it's going to take if you want to play college. You have a roommate. You have to share the room, keep the room clean, all that type of stuff to build them for going to college.
Well, it's to me, coaching is so much more than what people think if you just show up on Fridays and Tuesdays and play ball.
No, you got to be a father, mother, a guidance counselor, a coach. Like you said, I don't cut them any slack. They also know I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I love them, but we're going to do it the right way. If that means I have to get onto you a little bit and dig into you, I will. But at the same time, I also let them know I love them.
Yeah, that's a fine line, isn't it? To run, having respect, and then they also know you love them. That's pretty amazing to have that, and I know you do with the softball team as well. So,
yeah, build relationships. It's all about relationships. When the basketball stops bouncing, I want them to come back 5-10 years later and be like, "Hey, coach, how you doing?" And just you want to build those relationships. That's why I'm able to dig into them, because we do have a relationship.
Do any of the girls will they transfer to to softball? Do you got any softball
I've been trying
players
to
on
talk,
the team?
actually, because they're very athletic. The basketball team's very athletic, so I've been trying to get 2 or 3 of them. Hey, if you just come out and pinch run, but it hadn't worked out. It hadn't worked out yet. So,
first things first, I guess. Perry, we appreciate you coming in this morning. I know you're not a little bit under the weather, and have a good Merry Christmas, you and your family. Okay?
Thank you very much. Same to you guys too. Thank you.
All right, that's Perry Lyons, the head coach of the Rockvale Lady Rockets. And this portion of the show has been brought to you by the Law Offices of John Day, providing superior legal representation to injury victims and their families. Find out more at johndaylegal.com. You've heard people say, you know your work by your name. There's no better name for residential and